Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play 1001 Games. I'm your host, Gaming Jay, and it is go time for the Legion Go. I think I got this baby working, at least in a limited fashion, for in this case, some PS3 games. And the only one that matters today is Resistance 2. I always remember Resistance as one of the big first-person shooter franchises that were on, that was on the PS3. I was more of a Halo boy for a long time, and then eventually I got a PS3. I got a PS3 around Uncharted 2 times, and so I never really got in the, oh my goodness, my throat this evening. I never really got into the first-person shooters on the PS3 too much, because Halo was like my go-to for the longest time. But I remember Resistance. Is it called Resistance Fall of Man? There's another one too. Oh god, Killzone. I think that was it. I'm trying to think if there are any others. I mean, Uncharted, obviously. Let's say that there's one or two more big first-person shooters on the PS3. I always I don't know if this is an incorrect perception, but I always thought of the Xbox as like the first-person shooter platform, and the PS3 was like other games. Not to say the PS3 didn't have first-person shooters, but it's like, in my head, just my go-to for first-person shooters was like the Xbox. I know the original Xbox, a lot of people said it was basically just a PC, which sort of half true. Not really, but sort of. And, you know, first-person shooters were really big on PCs. You know, even like Quake and Duke Nukem 3D and Unreal and all those games. The only first-person shooter that consoles ever really had was GoldenEye, which did not impress me when I was a teen, because I was in the middle of playing, like, Quake matches online, and then people were like, come play this awesome new game! And it was like a dumbed-down first-person shooter on a terrible controller. That, I mean, whatever, you might have beautiful, fun, awesome, nostalgic memories about GoldenEye, but there is no denying that a mouse, even today, is way better than a controller, but certainly back then was way better than an N64 controller. So if you were playing like Quake matches every night and then somebody hands you an N64 controller and they tell you it's cool, you just look at them like they're stupid. So long story short, I never thought of consoles as having really good first-person shooters, even though some people like loved them at the time. But the first one I really got into was Halo, and then just in my mind, Xbox had tons of first-person shooters, and Xbox 360, you know, like their flagship game was Halo 3, I guess. So just sort of, you know, it seems like more of the legacy of PC went to the Xbox, and first-person shooters were mixed up in that. This all might be completely incorrect. I have no idea. I'm just telling you like what my perception of everything was and what my own biases were. But anyway, we're in the middle of an alien invasion. Oh, Gears of War. That's another good first-person shooter. That was Xbox exclusive. Again, like Resistance here and Killzone. It's not like they weren't good first-person shooters, but it's just they felt like not as popular as like Halo and Gears of War and other stuff. So again, I don't know if it's true or not, but that's just my perception. Anyway, I'm looking forward to doing some good shooting here today. We got big giant robots, which I like. Giant mechas. I'm just sort of standing around not doing anything. Give me a gun. Let's do this. Alright. One thing that I am not a fan of on PS3 is so on Xbox, the triggers are usually to like aim down sights and pull the trigger, but on PS3 for some reason they made the bumpers those buttons. So you know what, I guess here's one other thing. I don't know, controversial opinion maybe. I always thought the Xbox 360 controllers were miles ahead of the PS3 ones. The PS3 ones always felt a little cheap to me, and a little like, you know, the Xbox 360 controller you put in your hand, it just feels like you know the triggers or the shoot button and stuff for a first-person shooter. The PS3, the trigger buttons were sort of rounded. They weren't sort of curved inward for your fingers. It was just like a little, you know, a little less than ideal, I guess. I don't know. But press R2. There we go. But the irony, of course, is that after the Xbox 360, I kind of moved away from Xbox and never looked back. Definitely I became more of a PlayStation guy over the years. But then, so I guess the most recent thing is I've kind of abandoned PlayStation 2. Because largely I was still using PlayStation... Oh, was I supposed to do something here? Was I supposed to, like, blow open this door? No. He's like, hey man, don't blow me up! Yeah, I'm supposed to maybe I'll try shooting these. There we go. That's a pretty crazy beast to have damaged from a rocket launcher. But anyway, I was, you know, I still maintained like a PS Plus membership and stuff because I had some friends that I would occasionally play online games with, and our platform of choice was the PS4. But Sony announced tap L2 to crouch. There we go. Sony announced that they were like jacking up the price of all the PS Plus stuff, and my friends and I just sort of reevaluated, and we were like, why are we staying so loyal to Sony when we could just buy all our games on Steam, which I do anyway, because, you know, because of my YouTube series. Oh, this seems to have frozen. But then you don't have to pay to play online, right? It's just, you don't have to pay for the PS Plus. So, yeah, we made the switch, and now we, you know, part of why I want to get a Legion Go was to make it official that I was sort of moving on to PC these days, away from Sony. I don't know what the heck just happened. Unfortunately, it looks like the game stalled. Okay, so we're going to have to try and reboot this. Bear with us. I suppose I'm currently a little unsure of how feasible it will actually be to switch over to emulator for some Xbox 360 and PS3 games. So on my channel, you know, we've been doing this for like 9 years. And I actually have 3 Xbox 360s. I have a PS3, you know, like we've made many videos with these systems before in the past. And it's just become a pain to constantly connect all these systems to the streaming devices. And it's become so apparent that if you can emulate and just do direct screen capture, it's just so much simpler. So yeah, I actually never thought we would do any emulating of PS3 or Xbox 360 on the channel, but it turns out you can emulate these things. They work reasonably well. I always didn't think we'd actually ever play any like PS2 games that were emulated, but it's like these days there's like a 50-50 shot that we can, you know, any given PS2 game we can pretty much just emulate it easily. Okay, I'm supposed to kill these guys, right? It's like telling me to aim. Is there cover around here? Hold. Oh, pick up the carbine, eh? I will do that. Where's the does the carbine suck? Well, that's pretty good, actually. Or the bullseye. There we go. I can have both. I can do both. I'm not sure I like the tapping the left trigger to duck. The control scheme is a little odd, I will say. And I'm not a huge fan of the bumpers being what you use to aim, but it's a pretty rad war we're in. Yeah, anyway, so the fact that we can reliably emulate PS2 stuff made me sort of be like, wow, is like PS3 possible? So this is like literally the first game that's going off my channel where we've actually even tried this, so we'll see. We already had one crash, but besides that one crash, this is running like remarkably well. Like, we're clocking in a solid 30 frames per second. Everything, you know, feels good. Nothing feels not good. So, oh, bad guys. I guess, you know, the true test, because I'm playing a game I don't really know. So it's like, it feels like whatever. I should try and get some PS3 games that I actually, like, know and really enjoyed. Because PS3 was my first PlayStation. Never had a PS2. PS1 I played with at my uncle's house. He had one. But PS3 was when I switched over from Xbox. Actually, I think I've told this story before. The reason I actually got a PS3 was because of Batman Arkham Asylum. So I owned an Xbox 360 for many years, loved Halo, all the Halo games, loved Batman Arkham Asylum when it came out, pre-ordered it, got like the big, there was like some kind of like legendary kit you could get that had a Batarang and stuff, got all that, love it, Kevin Conroy, awesome Batman, Mark Hamill, awesome Joker. I think we're encountering some graphical artifacts here. Anyway, I loved the game, but then I moved to California for 6 months, and when I was moving, I decided to lend my Xbox 360 to a buddy of mine who didn't have an Xbox, and it was sort of like a chance for him to play all the games I was always telling him about. But then when I was living out in California, I kind of got bored and was like, man, I kind of want to play some Batman. And I was like, well, there's no point in buying an Xbox 360. I own one. But at the time, there was a Joker pack that was exclusive for PlayStation. So if you had Arkham Asylum on Xbox, there was just literally no way to like play as the Joker. But on PS3, you could. And I had beaten Arkham Asylum multiple times at that point. Oh, that's a bad guy. I thought that was a good guy who was sort of like got shot down by the bullets and was waiting for me to revive him. But anyway, so how do you run, by the way? I feel like, is there a run button? Usually it's like clicking in the left thumbstick, but that does nothing. So anyway, yeah, I played so much Arkham Asylum, I knew it inside and out, but I still wanted to play more. And I was like, well, you know what? I've always wanted that Joker thing. And so I was like, I'm going to treat myself. And I bought myself a PS3. The only game I purchased was Arkham Asylum, and I got like the, you know, enhanced Joker edition pack or whatever it was. And then while I was out in California, I got like Mega Man 9 and 10, I think. There's a good game called Age of Booty, which is not adult-oriented. It's about pirates. Get your mind out of the gutter. That's a good game that I got. I think I got a couple other like sort of downloadable games. But largely it was... Oh, I also bought Uncharted 2 used. Was it 2? 1 or 2? I forget. I think it was 2. I think I bought Uncharted 2 used. And that was... So Uncharted, Batman, and yeah, that was about it. And then so eventually my buddy, who I lent the Xbox to, I came back and he was all into it, but then he decided to buy a PS3, and so it's like we just went the Sony route after that together. So yeah, that's the long, complicated story of how I ended up into PlayStation, having moved from Xbox. And oh my god, what is this thing? I think it's gonna eat me. Oh my god, it's got a head! Oh, that's terrifying. So I don't know the story of this game, but it looks sort of like a body horror nightmare show. It's R2 to fire homing tag. Okay, I wish I knew how to run. It's like the one fatal flaw, my guy. He, even when shit hits the fan, he takes it very casually. He's like, I'm gonna just strut my way through this base that's collapsing. They keep wanting me to pick up that Magnum. It ain't happening, man. I got a carbine, and what's my other gun called? It's like a... It has some weird name, like a glitter gun or something, only it's way more badass than that. Kind of a satisfying gun, though. I'm getting sort of... It's reminding me a bit of Destiny, honestly. That's a game I played the hell out of when it came out. Was so amped for that game. Watched every trailer they made. I lapped it up. I played every day for hours on end. Damaged relationships. You know? I was severely disappointed and lost trust with my girlfriend. Oh, it was horrible. Like, if I could do it again, I wouldn't do it. But like, it was the throes of addiction. A lark. Alright, we'll take it. I was literally in the throes of addiction with Destiny. Although, like, I've since played, like, Destiny 2, which is basically just Destiny. Because they never ended Destiny. They just kept making more stuff, calling it Destiny. Yeah, I don't know. It's not nearly as good or interesting. Oh, hold L2. Oh, what? Didn't even have a chance there. Yeah, Destiny was sort of like the successor to Halo, and being addicted to Halo, I was so excited for... Oh, I can run. Okay. I was so excited for Destiny. And then, it's like, for what it was, I was addicted and I played the hell out of it. But, like, now that I'm not addicted to it, looking back on it, I'm like, oh, man, it was... It's kind of an abusive game, honestly. Like, it certainly had fun elements to it, for sure. But, oh, God. But yeah, it was kind of an abusive game where it was like they wanted you to play every day to grind out tiny, tiny amounts of progress. And it was like being in an abusive relationship, honestly. Like, again, I've tried Destiny 2, I was curious. And it's like fun for an afternoon. And then after that, it's like you kind of see the grind they want you to commit to. I'm like, forget it. Forget it. Especially because, like, so I've played The Division, which is another grindy game. It's a very grindy game, The Division. But The Division is so much better than Destiny. It's like almost what Destiny should have been. And then you know what else I've played is Remnant, From the Ashes. And Remnant feels to me like the game Destiny should have been, honestly. Like, there's a few little, you know, like, Remnant doesn't have as much, like, sort of social elements to it. It doesn't have raids and stuff, but it just feels like so much better of a game, whereas Destiny feels like they took an awesome game and then they made a slot machine out of it, you know? And, like, that's what they did. That's the game that they're trying to sell you. It's not so much a game as an addiction. They're like, hey, you like being addicted to stuff? Because we got something for you. We legally can't call it a game except in the state of Nevada, but... Oh, God! Guess I should have looked down there, should have paid attention to where it was going. Okay. Note to self, don't just fall haplessly into the pit. Okay, hold on, what is the name of the gun I have? It is the bullseye gun. What did I call it? I did not call it the bullseye gun, I called it something else very silly. Okay, I'm looking where I'm going this time. Huh! Oh, shit! Okay, there must be another path there. At least they have the courtesy to put, you know, a, whatchamacallit there. You know what I'm saying. Alright. The checkpoint. Those are the words I'm looking for. At least they have the courtesy to put a checkpoint there. Yeah. Here's something that I'm gonna have to look into after this video's done recording, is making sure that the audio is actually synced up. So, my whole recording setup kind of got screwed up a little while ago, and one of the games I recorded was Stalker. And actually I had some complaints on that video about the video quality and the audio and this and that, and admittedly, you know, I had time to record that video, compile it, and put it online, so I didn't really look too closely at it, so it's my bad, but I don't know. I mean, I guess I should just, I should up the ante here, really. And I mean, do some basic quality control checks. I don't know. It is what it is. I don't know what to say on that one, but oh, we blowed him up. That's awesome. But yeah, I think it's one of those things where, like, I've recorded for years without issue, so it's like you kind of fall into a groove of, you're like, well, this just works, right? But some recording stuff recently changed around here and how I had things set up, and it just didn't occur to me to, like, look super closely at stuff, so I don't know. It is what it is. You know what, though, guys? Anyone who tunes into this channel expecting top-tier gameplay, I I mean, I apologize, frankly. I mean, look, we've been playing Resistance 2 for like 20 minutes. Have I said anything about the game? Told you about living in California, Xbox. This guy's old and bald. Oh, I think I killed him! Yeah, so we've never been... I don't know, it's a mix of, like, obviously the whole crux, the whole conceit of the channel is we're trying to play through every... Not play through and beat, but, like, try every game in the book, 1,000 video games to play before you die. But really the channel's just evolved into, let's hang out and play some games, and, you know, you can just listen to me ramble about random stuff. It's a hangout spot is what it is. Basically, this 1001 book has given me excuse to meet all you fine people and hang out with you and talk to you about nonsense. So this is the nonsense I chose to talk to you about today, so I don't know. Enjoy it, you know? Anyway, this is the first mission. Not too bad. Not too bad. I think we'll just do one more here.
Transfusion complete.
Just to, you know, try a little bit more of the game, but yeah, seems like a shooter, like one of them first-person shooters you might have heard of over the years on the PS3. Can we skip this? Intel. Oh, controls. We can't skip this. Alright. We'll just let these guys talk in the background. I think I'm going open heart surgery here or something. We just have sort of a red blur. I don't know what's happening. Oh, here we go. We're waking up. Oh, it's the guy I killed. Maybe he's taking revenge on me. He seems to be a Soviet. Look at that little lapel pin. Got that golden star on the crimson background. I appreciate it, Doc, but I don't work well with commies.
Lieutenant, the Major expects us in TACCOM. Is he cleared, Doctor?
I feel like the graphics in this are decent. I'm looking at their faces, trying to be like, I wonder, like, if this was on the PS4. I guess PS5. You know what's weird to me is, like, the PS4 still feels new, but, like, I feel like I skipped a generation. Like, I don't think I'll ever own a PS5. Maybe one day if I can get it at a yard sale for, like, 50 bucks or 20 bucks, I'll buy one, but I'm definitely not buying one from a store. So I guess I'm just sort of waiting for, like... Well, actually, no, I take it back. You know what? There was a time when I might have been waiting for the next generation of PlayStation, but I guess I'm a Legion Go boy now. You know, all my Steam games that I've purchased over the years. I don't know about you guys, but I probably have like 200 or 300 games in my Steam library. It's insane. Because, like, you make a wish list and you click them all off, and then they have like an 80% off, 90% off, 95% off sale. And you're like, well, I'm not ready to play this game, but for $1.25, I'll purchase it. And you do that over a couple of years, over a decade. And then, you know, baby, you got a 200 game, 200 item list of games to play. Okay, so we're underground, underwater, and some giant sea monsters coming to kill us all. It's actually pretty spooky. It feels like, what is it, BioShock now? Hello? Hello? Somebody in danger? Yeah, I'm not going in there. Pro tip, don't go in the water. Try and stay elevated. Stay out of the water. Alright, let's do a run jump. Whoa. We were in the water briefly, but it was okay. I feel like the running in this is quite pathetic. Look here. This is me walking. Okay. Here's me running. You ready? Running. Doesn't feel any faster. And also, can you aim while you run? Not really. I guess most games you can't. How do you guys feel about aim down sights? I know, so it was sort of like added as like a crutch for like consoles because you couldn't aim as precisely. Like, Aim down sights just did not exist on PC games. Maybe I have to go in the water. But I quite like it, even on PC games. There was a game that we played on this channel, Brutal Doom. Oh, you bastards. It's actually kind of a cool gun. So you can shoot people, and then a second trigger explodes them. That's actually, I've never seen a Magnum like that, but that's the coolest frickin' Magnum you could have. Explosive shot bullets. But I will also take this cool gun. No, I'm gonna stick with the Magnum for a bit, because we haven't seen too much of it. We'll skip the carbine this time. It didn't really come in handy in the last level. I don't know if we need it. But anyway, yeah, aim down sights. So so Brutal Doom is basically just Doom, but with more modern controls. So it's like you can aim down sights, you can do headshots, and you can jump. And you add those few basic mechanics to Doom, and Doom holds up amazingly well. Like I was shocked playing it. I think I played it 2 or 3 times on my channel because I've had so much fun every time. But it really feels like a game, like a modern game like this, which is just sort of goes to my like long-held belief that good graphics are good. I'm not saying give me bad graphics, but I also think good graphics are overrated in that if you have graphics that are good enough, then gameplay's all that matters. And so like a game like Brutal Doom is so much fun to play that it's almost more fun than some modern games like this that have largely the same mechanics but are a bit stiffer and stuff, but have this game has way better graphics than Brutal Doom. Way better. I would not deny that. But, you know, is Brutal Doom a better game than Resistance 2, right? Like, maybe. The funny thing is it doesn't just apply to, oh my god, what the hell's getting me? The funny thing is it doesn't just apply to, video games, but I feel like it applies to movies and TV shows too, where like, once again, like, you know, good effects and stuff are important, but at the end of the day, like, some of the best movies out there are so simple. Like, have you guys ever seen Primer? Primer is a movie about time travel, and it has virtually no effects. It has just a couple of actors, and yet it manages to be incredibly interesting, provocative, so many twists. Very good movie. Very good movie, Primer. If you've never seen it, you should check it out. But, you know, you compare it to, like, the billion-dollar flops they've had in theaters recently, where like they put out a movie supposed to make $1 billion, it only makes like 400 million, and the studio goes belly up or whatever. Like it's you know, whereas like Primer, you probably filmed that on like a $50,000 budget, made a couple million off of it, and forget about money. Like, who cares? Money's not the ultimate arbiter. It's like, it's a good movie, you know. Like, so I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying here, but. Sort of deeper quality over superficial features. Form over function. No, wait. Function over form, I think. What am I saying? Things don't have to look good to be good. I don't know. Ooh, sniper rifle. Yes, sir. Don't mind if I do. I'll do some sniping. I gotta say, this game does feel good. It's so... You can't run around as much as the Master Chief. I'm just comparing it to Halo because that's the first-person shooter that I know really good from consoles. But you can't hop around like a bunny like Master Chief, but you're not as stiff as in Gears of War, where that one it's like you really felt the impact of bullets and you needed cover or you would not survive. So this one's sort of like somewhere between the two, I think. There we go. I think the shooting mechanics don't feel as fun as maybe like Halo or something. Just in the sense of like enemies don't seem to react to bullets in too interesting a way. It's really hard to describe, but A friend of mine who played Destiny with me, I think, described it best when he said it's super satisfying to have the guys' heads turn into dust. So in Destiny, there were some low-level bad guys from, like, I think it was like the Dredge or something like that. And every time you hit them with, like, a powerful bullet, they would sort of stagger and stuff. And then if you hit them in the head, their whole heads would explode and, like, their souls would escape. And it's like, it looked like their heads turned to dust. It's one of the most satisfying headshots that I can think of in video games. And when you hit enemies with bullets and they stagger and they react and stuff, it really does make it feel like your bullets mean something. And I feel like this game doesn't quite have that. Like, it's like guys will just sort of, like, he just fell over, right, from a hail of bullets. It's like, that's fine, like, my gun killed him and stuff. But it's like, all the bullet hits are feeling a little samey. Even the sniper rifle doesn't feel too distinct. So yeah, I don't know, like, it's just... It's a high-quality shooter. I'll give you that for sure. But there's just something about the bullet hit mechanics that doesn't feel like as sleek and satisfying as like the other top tier shooters that I have played in my day. So I don't know. Take it for what it is. Okay, we gotta get. There's like a thing way over there. Can we just go through this? Can we go through this or no? I'm determined now to get through this window. Hey, it works. Okay, now where are we going? Over there? I hear a door opening. Oh, I guess I walked right through this room and I didn't even pull the switch. Oh, there we go. A platform has moved. Let's roll out, soldier. I think this game feels a little more cinematic than like your average Halo level, because it took control of that right there, and like now there's like a big giant set piece. I mean, Halo has its own set pieces, but I'd say this feels a smidge more like first-person cinematic. All right, let's. I have no idea. I don't know what the target was or what I did, but stuff happened. Wonder if you can like shoot random thingies here to do stuff. No impact. Yeah, like see the sniper rifle doesn't feel super powerful. Like when you fire a sniper in Halo, it's like boom, like the gun sort of shakes, it feels like it. This one it just sort of like goes pink. Almost like you're just firing a pistol shot. Yeah. As I just finished talking about how substance is so much more important than style, here I am like criticizing the game style. I will say this gun looks really cool. I really like this one. Forgotten the name already, the Wiggler or whatever it's called. Shoot, what is it called? The blast gun? I know there's carbine, sniper, and magnum. For the life of me, it's like a blind spot in my brain. I can't remember the name of this gun. The blasty gun. Whatever it is. It's the gun I'm currently holding. Whatever this is. Decent gun. Kind of like the style of it. Here, let's find out the name of it. The bullseye. Why can't I not remember that? It's like actually concerning me now. There's something wrong with my brain. Do I have early onset Alzheimer's? Maybe. Bullseye ammo. So I guess bullseyes are the guns the aliens are using? I want to use a sniper rifle more. I only have 4 shots left. Oh, God. There we go. 1 shot left. Yes! We did it. Go get a carbine. Where is there a carbine? Is there a carbine? Thought there was a carbine. Here we go. Down you go. Alien scumbags. I'm ducked for some reason. Probably because the run button and the duck button for some reason are the same button. Lord knows when you're running, One thing that's very close to your mind is ducking. I guess auto-aiming is like another thing they had introduced into consoles to sort of make first-person shooters more playable. It's funny because, like, truthfully, I really do prefer to play first-person shooters on a console because I just like to, like, sit and be lazy and hold a controller. But at the same time, mouse aiming is just so much more accurate. It's not even funny. Like, over the summer, I was playing Remnant 2 on my PC. And, yeah, like, mouse aiming on that is just, you know, having played Remnant 1 with the controller all these years on my PS4. Carbine. Oh, God. Stay behind gunfire. I thought it was behind gunfire. Or stay behind cover. I think he threw the cover, which was the box, in my face and crushed me. But yeah, so I played Remnant 1 with a controller and Remnant 2 with a mouse and keyboard, and I have to say, mouse and keyboard is the way to go. Like how he can't get through a couple of crates. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Can I just run? What was I supposed to do there? Maybe I'm supposed to just sneak by him. But yeah, this alien that has like advanced impenetrable shields and laser weapons and stuff, it's like, oh, a couple of wooden boxes are in my way, forget it. Oh, it says don't engage the drone. Alright, well, I'll just hold off here. Pro tip, listen to what your companions say. Okay. Staying low. Oh god. Okay, I guess we actually have to listen to what this guy says at this part of the level. Fine. What should I do?
Easy, Lieutenant. Engaging that drone would be suicide. Hold still. I'll find a way to get you through.
I'm gonna go with my bullseye gun. I remembered the name this time.
Copy that. Hale, I'm gonna use the security feed to guide you through. Now stay low and do exactly as I say.
Okay. Just gonna wait.
Go left.
Go left.
Now.
This is sort of like the Matrix. Move now, left.
Take cover.
Oh god. Taking cover. Maybe it will think I'm gone and leave me alone. Oh, hi. Got me. This is very much like the Matrix. Like, I'm watching on the security cameras in you. If you want to get out of here, go left. Now! Oh god, I threw a grenade. I was desperately trying to figure out how to duck there, if you were wondering what was happening. I don't know why. And also, ducking right where you threw a grenade is probably the worst place to duck.
Wait for my mark.
Okay, I'm waiting. Tell me when to go, Chief.
You're clear. Move to the left.
Move to the left.
Move. They're behind you.
Okay, I'm behind cover now. Oh god. Oh, maybe I should be running through this part.
Turn right.
Thankfully, there were 1,000 boxes there.
That should keep you hidden from the drone. Stay under the grate.
Stay under the grate. Okay. Thought we weren't supposed to go in the water. Guess they can't see us through a grate. Most advanced aliens in the universe. Chain link fence is their one weakness.
See that doorway? That's where you're going. Move straight ahead and up those stairs.
Oh god. Go, go, go. Checkpoint reached.
Nice work, Lieutenant. Maliko's
We did
in
it.
the laboratory near C block. I'm severing the TACOM link, so I'll be out of radio contact. See you
What is that thing? Can we damage that thing or no? What we got like this? Hooah! I think that thing wanted to eat me. Oh. Bad guys. They're bad guys, but they're not bad guys. If you get to my drift. I feel like every time ever since I first watched Wreck-It Ralph, I'll never not think of that. Every time I'm like, oh, bad guys. He's a bad guy, but he's not a bad guy. Okay. Let's run and jump. Whoa. Oh god! Holy shit, that actually scared me, man. Oh my god, that thing was like right there. I should have actually paid attention to where that was. My heart really skipped a beat there. It's like a nightmare when you turn around, there's a monster right behind you. That was kind of fun. Alright. I have no idea what we're trying to do in this level. I think we're just escaping. I've kind of forgotten what we're doing. I guess we're escaping an underground sub that was being sunk by a giant alien monster that invaded. I don't know.
Hold your fire.
Hello.
I'm here to get you out, Doctor.
Oh, we're extracting this guy. Okay, I had no idea that was what we're doing.
Cross through the detention wing. Rotsuda, we must hurry.
Uh-oh. Okay, timeout. Hold on, I gotta plug this in or it's gonna run out of juice. Here. Luckily, I have juice right here. Okay. Back to the mission, Doc. Come with me if you want to not die. As cool as these henchmen look, they have not been very intimidating or imposing. They seem to go down with like literally like 2 bullets. Like it's very easy to kill them. Just gonna go with it. I'm not gonna question it too much, but I mean, I imagine there are tougher enemies in this game eventually. Oh, those are good guys. Like, case in point, is this supposed to be a harder guy? Oh god. Here, have a few grenades, buddy. Alright, we got him. Oh, those are kind of interesting grenades. They're like, shoot out little shards or spikes. We can't get his weapon. I like in video games when you kill guys, you can take their weapons. But I guess if they have a guy who has a really awesome weapon, they just, for balance sake, can't let you take it. Would be nice, though. There's a lot of bad guys here. Just like evenly spaced on the walkway. Space out! 1 every 6 meters. Let's do this. Tactical formations. Don't bother with cover, just 1 guy every 6 meters. That'll be enough. We'll intimidate the enemy with our mathematical precision. Oh, my eye is itchy. Time out. Time out from the war, guys. I'm here for my bullseye gun. This thing never misses. 30% of the time, it hits every time. Oh, I ran out of bullets. Yeah, let's just shoot a grenade at this guy. Here's a grenade for you. How's that not killing him? Okay, here, have some bullets. Eat lead, hotshot. I kind of like the carbine. I don't know, I can't tell. I think the bullseye's bullets are cooler, but the carbine is cool because it sort of has that grenade launcher thingy. I don't know. I don't know which I like better. Oh, is that a big bad guy? It is. Oh, I think I threw like 7 grenades at him that all exploded at once. Pretty awesome. Oh, plus there was like 8 Marines holding him back. Alright. I still say it was all me, but, you know. Agree to disagree on that one, Marines. You're welcome, and simultaneously thank you. This looks like a command post.
It is our only defense against the Kraken.
The Kraken? Huh. We released an ancient god. Picked up an intel document. Access. Okay, wait. What am I supposed to be doing down here? He said there's a thing. I'm actually now totally confused. There was like a thing that was a defense against the Kraken. Oh, I was gonna say, what does the D-pad do? But literally I found a flashlight with the first D-pad press, so that was handy. Hello? I'm guessing it's this screen? I literally have no idea. And also, I don't know how to get out of here. How did I get here? Where am I? Who are you? So confused. Is this the end? This is as far as we're getting. Could be. Maybe. Looks like it. More pass around this thing. I have no idea. I have no idea. Alright. Well, we had some technical difficulties there. So actually, I kept going after that part I got stuck at, but what ended up happening is I didn't even realize the recording software had glitched out and was not recording any of the screen. So I have all the audio. So if you want to hear me reacting and you have no idea what I'm seeing, I could release it one day, but really I've cut all that out. And we're going to pick back up and finish the mission here. But basically what happened was there was a giant gun in the middle of the room, kind of looked like a mini BFG or something. It was like a laser cannon that I picked up. I think it was called a shock cannon. And then we had to go and use it on the big boss that was floating around. So, I mean, I guess, you know, you guys missed the most awesome part. It was okay. It wasn't like as epic as it really sounds. One of the things I was commenting on as I was using that gun is I started to realize in this game a lot of the guns lack oomph. All the bullets and stuff sort of feel samey and they don't really have a lot of impact. I can't remember if I talked about that earlier in the video. So it's the next day when I'm realizing this mistake, and I'm just going to wrap up the video here. But anyway, before the game crashes again, let's actually wrap this up here. So yeah, anyway, we made it out of the compound. We've been killing alien scumbags. And I think we're just heading to an evac zone, and then we're going to be safe. But, oh god, I forgot about all these things. Yeah, I did die right before I hit record there. Oh, and there's a bunch of guys. Okay, pro tip. Don't just run into battle when there's enemies everywhere. Oh god, oh god. I'm going to maybe run back this way. So I don't know how to tell how much health I have, other than when the screen turns very red. I know that's bad. So I guess, I mean, it's regenerative health, just like Halo. Was Halo the first game to ever have regenerative health? Like, I feel like it was. And in the first Halo, they didn't even go all in on the regenerative health. You still had a health bar underneath your shields. But I feel like other developers saw what Halo did, and they're like, yeah, why do we need health packs? How about our guy just has like a Wolverine healing factor? And in the Halo universe, it made sense to have regenerative health because you had shields. It was like literally part of, let's go ahead and grab that sniper rifle. It was literally part of like the lore. But like in this game, like why can your guy take 1,000 bullets and hide behind a crate and he's okay? Just is what it is, you know? It's like they just stopped worrying about whether it makes sense or not, and they're just like, whatever. Literally, everyone's a Wolverine now. Everyone's a Wolverine. But, yeah. Anyway, again, I can't remember how much of this I talked about before the video cut out, but, I do feel like this is like a solid first-person shooter. Like, I definitely probably would have played this had I had this on, PS3 at the time. Again, it doesn't quite feel as tight to me as something like Halo, but I will admit, I'm 100% biased. I might just be sort of looking at Halo with rose-tinted glasses, you know, and not fully being 100% fair to this game. So, you know, your first love is always your best, so that's for me in Halo. Just nothing will quite compare to those OG Halo games for me, I guess. Although, I think even those ones, if I go back and play, they're not as polished as I do kind of remember. Because you can't do things like aim down sights, and I think in the earliest Halos you can't run and stuff. So as good as they are, I mean, they do feel their age a little bit these days as well. But anyway, still good games. I think we made it to the evac site. So yeah, Jay got trapped in a room. ... He made it out. That's the epilogue for this, or the summary for this video here. But yeah, the graphics look sweet. They look good. Gameplay's pretty good. I think, you know, playing on an Xbox 360 or PS3 controller, I 100% wish the PS3 had better controllers, more like the Xbox. And I wish the guns here had more oomph. Beyond that, though, yeah, I mean, very, very few complaints. In fact, no complaints, one might say. Oh, there's even more game. All right, let's keep going. Here, we'll give these guys a little send-off. There you go. Razz your tail as you get out of here. They're like, hey, is he opening fire on us? I'm like, jokes. Just pranking you, bro. It was a prank. Oh my god, what the hell is that? Alright. I think he just ate a guy. I thought he was gonna throw him at me like a grenade. Like he bit his head off and then he was gonna toss it. Oh my god. I think one thing I did comment on that got cut out is that this game feels more cinematic than Halo. Like when you die and stuff, like the camera does, like, you know, it like twists around and stuff, and there's like a few sequences where you know, like you lose control and then it's sort of just like following your dude around. So there's definitely some oh god. There's definitely some sort of cinematic elements. What is the Lark? Ooh, the bazooka. Boom. Okay, that did nothing. Turns out this guy's immune to bazookas. Okay, I don't know what to do here. Oh, he blowed up. I guess he wasn't immune to bazookas. Oh, his torso fell on me. That's gross. We should barbecue later on, guys. Look at all this fresh meat. You can eat anything in this world except human and dog, and this guy is neither. So let's chow. I wonder if aliens existed, if people would eat aliens. It's kind of a gray area, right? Like, oh my god, that car's exploding. These are some cool explosions. Any more? These big bad boys in here? Yeah, I mean, when you think about, like, the animals and stuff we eat, we really eat almost anything. I mean, we don't eat pets, typically, like dogs, cats. We will eat fish, but I don't know if people eat goldfish. But, like, if you were in a starving scenario, you'd kind of probably eat any of those. Horses, people don't typically eat. Sort of like the animals that service us, we don't eat, except cows. They give us milk, but they also make delicious steaks and hamburgers. So... but yeah, I mean, obviously we shouldn't be eating people. For many reasons. I guess the sentience is the biggest thing. I guess if aliens existed, we wouldn't eat them if they're sentient. But you better believe somebody would try it. I mean, in the history of humans, somebody's tried human, right? Like, people have, you know, people have dabbled. In fact, I think there was a guy I don't know why we're talking about cannibalism, but there was a guy in Japan in like the 80s or 90s who ate a person willingly. Like the person who got eaten was like, yeah, man, let's do this. And so it was like, it was consenting cannibalism, if that's a thing. But yeah, I'm sure if we met aliens, you know, there'd be like the existential ramifications. Every world religion and philosophical system would have to reckon with the fact that we're not the center of the universe, blah, blah, blah. And somebody would be watching the aliens make first contact, be like, I wonder what those guys taste like. Oh, look at this. Okay, so these things, if you go in the water, here, I'll show you. It's actually very terrifying. So you don't want to go in the water, because, oh god, that doesn't that, like, that actually, like, gets my heart going a bit. I never thought of, like, mermen as scary, but actually you could make a horror movie. Just that one little scene there, I'm like, yeah, you can make a horror movie with mermen. That's a merman who definitely looked at an alien, me, and wondered what I taste like, so that's basically what the aliens have in store if they, you know, ever come and meet us humans. Okay, so where are we going here? We gotta do this quickly. Oh god, those things are so terrifying. They're just lurking in the water there. Okay. Gotta try and do this quickly. Oh god. Luckily, they will not jump out of the water, but I still feel very uneasy where I am right now. Like, I don't feel safe at all. I would love to just... If I was here in real life, I would 100% hop over this railing and carry on, but I guess my guy's too stupid for that. Let's pay attention to those things. Let's go. Let's get the hell out of here. Those merman creatures are terrifying, man. Truly terrifying. The stuff of nightmares. Like, I'm almost too scared to look in the water to see where they are. Oh, jeez. Got one bad boy here trying to take us down. I also like how the aliens, you know, these guys, the henchmen guys, they like flew into battle shirtless, wearing leather pants. Like, they're here for shock and awe, you know? They're like, we're so badass. Send us into battle, nothing, no armor, nothing. Oh god, 2 bullets from our own gun kills us. Turns out we probably should take in a bit of armor. Maybe even just a light shirt. Business casual might have even done something. Stopped one more extra bullet, who knows? They didn't think it through. That's the thing, you know? When you're going into battle, you gotta think these things through. Okay, there's 2 ways to go here. We go this way. This way it kind of looks like you could jump on these blocks. Maybe? Okay, maybe not. Okay, I'm not gonna go where the water is. For obvious reasons. So here's where it gets a little cinematic, right? Like, I feel like you don't see as much of this in Halo. You have cutscenes, like, between levels, but you don't have too many sequences where, like, you lose control of the chief and he does something. So this is where I think the game is a little different from Halo and how it presents its story and stuff. But, oh god. The building's starting to cave in. Maybe you guys joined right back up for the good part. Oh god! Oh god, bunch of aliens. Here, grenade. Did I throw it? I think I did. You know, I was like, why am I not aiming down sights? It's because I was pressing the trigger instead of the bumper. I'll never get over that. Here's another thing. So I told you earlier that I bought a PS3 because of Batman Arkham Asylum. Batman Arkham Asylum, its controls on PS3 and Xbox 360 are identical, except the triggers and the bumpers have reversed functionality in Xbox versus PS3. Why? Why? I don't understand. It's like PlayStation was ashamed of their triggers on the PS3, and they're like, oh god. They're like, let's just try and limit the interaction people have to do with these things. Just make them use the bumpers instead, you know? Like, I don't get it. I know when the PS4 came out, they made a big hoopla about the fact that the controller was it was helped. It was assisted in its design by Bungie, or were they still called Bungie? I think they are. The people who made Destiny, basically. The original Bungie crew, because they went on to make Destiny. I think I'm confusing Bungie with 343 Studios, which is like a splinter group of Bungie that stayed at Microsoft to make Halo games. Because Bungie was allowed to become independent again. They can make Destiny and whatever else they wanted. Turns out they just want to make Destiny. Who knows, maybe they have other games in the works. But anyway, they made Destiny, and then a group of them stayed behind at Microsoft, and they sort of carried the Halo torch and made more Halo games. But anyway, so I know when the PS4 was coming out, Sony was like, look, we're getting help on the controller. And Bungie helped them design the PS4 controller. And the triggers and stuff on the PS4 controller, I think, are miles ahead of the PS3. PS4 controller feels like bulkier. The PS3 controller always felt like cheap plastic that if you squeezed it too hard, it might crack. You know, whereas a PS4 controller has like more heft to it. So, I mean, you know, they definitely improved the controller, but I don't know, it's like they were ashamed of the PS3 controller as the PS3 went on or something. You know, I actually didn't really have that many problems with the PS3 controller. I did quite like it. Again, my only real complaint is that those triggers did not really feel as nice as the Xbox controller, and it wasn't hefty enough. But even those complaints aside, I played many games on the PS3 and really enjoyed it. So don't take it as I didn't like the PS3. Here, eat a few bullets to the face. That guy just literally ran into my line of fire. Oh, he's still alive. You want some too? There you go. More guys, eh? I was gonna say, what are these aliens called? I'm gonna call them the Ghoul Faces. Probably their real name in the lore, I'm sure. The Ghoul Faces came down to Earth. Nobody really knew what they were doing. Mostly because the main character was not paying attention to the plot. You know, for all the sort of cheerleading I've done for Halo, I will say that their plot is difficult to follow in the game. I love the lore of Halo. Like, I've read, like, the backstory and stuff. I think it's all quite cool, and I enjoy it. But definitely, like, when I was playing Halo 2, I remember, like, the first time I ever played was at a friend's house before I even owned an Xbox of my own. And I remember playing it, and I just turned to him several times as I was playing. I'm like, what is going on? Like, I'm like, does it matter? First of all, it didn't seem to matter all that much. I mean, I understood the broad strokes. Oh, here's that laser gun, by the way. Good, you guys get to see it. You can't aim down sights, though. I think that's going to get eaten by a giant sea monster. Yeah, there we go. So we have to, like, shoot the sea monster. Oh, God. Shoot. The weapon, like, has a charge time or whatever. But you see what I mean? Like, 2 shots there, it didn't really feel like it had any oomph. It doesn't feel like you're holding, like, a giant energy cell that's very difficult to aim and fire. So it's, like, more oomph to the weapons. So, for all the developers of Resistance 2 who are currently watching my stream, of which I know there are many, here's what I would say to you. Like, you need to go back, and when you remaster this game, you need to add more oomph to the weapons, so. In the upcoming remaster of Resistance 2, please take that into account. But yeah, anyway, even for Halo, like the broad strokes, sure, I understood. You're on a Halo. It's this ring world left by Forerunners and stuff, and there's the Covenant, who are like a religious theocracy trying to kill humans. I mean, I guess I understood most of the story. I mean, it is a bit of a mix, though, because truthfully, I don't know how much of the story I understand today because I've read about it versus how much I actually got from the game. There you go. Right to your face. You gotta let this recharge. Or maybe you don't. We gotta shoot its back. All the aliens seem to be powered by batteries. Like there's some sort of battery pack on this guy, like right there. Go, go, go! Oh, I can't fire! Oh, I think I BFG'd myself. That's a little awkward. Alright, let's shoot this guy. Oh, my gun isn't even charged. See, when he yells at you, it like really hurts you. And when we saw him before, we had to hide behind crates when he did that, which is pretty funny. Oh, I think I missed. Thank God my guy heals at an ungodly rate. Also, this thing is really bad at eating individuals. It should just pop its head up and like totally take a bite out of me. If I was a giant sea monster, believe me, some scrawny dude on a platform, better believe I'd take that guy down in no time. Alright, where are ya? Okay, we gotta wait for it. Wait for it. Here it comes. Boom. Oh, did I hit it? Or did I miss? I can't change to another gun, so I'm kind of screwed here. Oh, and then he eats me. That's not good. That's not good for business. Maybe you need to wait till he like opens his mouth and then shoot him in the gullet or something. I don't know. Boom. I was gonna say I'm not a huge fan of these weird boss fights where they don't really give you any hint as to how to kill the boss or what's going on. But I'm sure the guys in the helicopter were like, when the boss comes, make sure to hit the battery. I just wasn't paying attention, so I can't blame Resistance for this. It's probably my own doings. But, you know, it really does make me appreciate old NES games where when you shot bosses, if you hit, like, their weak point, you know, their whole bodies would blink. I know these modern games are trying to be realistic and stuff, but would it kill them to make their bosses blink? Just a little blink, so... I mean, if you're not going to give me a health bar, make the guy blink, so I know. You know? Give me a giant glowing little wart on the side of his face or something that I know I'm supposed to shoot at. Oh god. Boom. I'm just gonna keep shooting at him, presuming that it's like you just can damage him, right? Because when you do hit him, it kind of seems like he's taking damage, so I don't know. Maybe my gun is just tickling him. We have absolutely no reason to believe we're actually hurting this thing. And I can't go back. They've locked me off. They're like, no, 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 we want you to actually fight this thing, please. Johnson, if you could just... Okay, shooting the battery does do nothing. Whoa! He definitely wanted to eat me there. He took my advice. Okay. Last attempt, we're just gonna shoot him. And we'll just see what happens. I'm gonna try and shoot him in the mouth when he opens his mouth. I think that's my new best idea as to how to kill this thing. And kill him or no, this is about where we're gonna sign off here. So Resistance 2, one of the games, the book 1050 games just play before you die. I think if you got a PS3 and you like first-person shooters, despite all my sort of like critiques along the way, I think this is a solid game, and 100%, if I had been into the PS3 earlier, like if I hadn't started with Xbox 360, I'm sure I would have played the Resistance games. It's just by the time I got into Xbox 360, I was more into like Uncharted, so I could play with friends, and I had done a lot of my first-person shootering with Halo, so I was really a Halo fanboy at the time. But even as a Halo fanboy, like, you can like two things at once, you know? So it's like, I definitely probably would have played this had I, you know, bothered to get it. I was also in the throes of pretending to be Batman with Batman Arkham Asylum. God, that was such a good game. Truly, I think that's one of the best video games I ever played, where like, you know, oftentimes you like play a game and you're like, oh yeah, this game was cool, I was looking forward to it. It's pretty good. Pretty solid. But Batman Arkham Asylum was like the game I didn't know I wanted. And it was like... better. Oh, we killed it. Better than I ever thought it could be. You know, like when they announced they were making a Batman game that solely takes place in Arkham Asylum, I was like, blech. It's like, why don't they make an open world one like Spider-Man or Grand Theft Auto? So annoying. And then I played it and I was like, dear God, this is a masterpiece. One of my favorite games of all time. They have perfectly done Batman. So, anyway, so if it wasn't for that, I probably would have played this. So, yeah, I think Resistance, good game. And, yeah, and then as far as recording goes, yeah, thanks for bearing with me through my technical difficulties. As I say, this is the first game we've really ever emulated on PS3, and despite a few technical glitches, I feel like it actually did go pretty well. And, we will get those glitches ironed out as we go further and further with our journey. But, yeah. Anyway, let me know what you guys think of Resistance 2 in the comments down below, and as always, whatever you think of the game or the gameplay, or me as a person, I hope you still had some fun. If you did like the video, subscribe, give me a thumbs down, and if you feel like it, or a thumbs up, you know what? You vote the way your heart tells you. But other than that, we'll catch you in the next one. So until next time, my friends, peace!